So just start the class. As of now, we have completed 11A. 11A. So we have seen ellipse by eccentricity method, parabola by eccentricity method, hyperbola by eccentricity method, and after that we have seen cycloid. Okay. So when a circle is moving in a straight line, we just trace the path, that is called cycloid. So over a circle, one more circle is rotating. So that is epicycloid. So that path, we just trace a particular point, you'll get some path that is called epicycloid. And after that, we have seen hypocycloid. Inside a circle is rotating. So inside a circle is rotating. If you just trace the path inside a circle is rotating. We just trace the path, you'll get some curve. So that is hypocycloid. Okay. So we have seen up to this. Okay, I already told you 11E. So exam point of view 11E. Among this six, you'll have one question. Among the six, you'll have one question. So we are going to see the second half 11B. So we have to see scales. So there are three scales. Actually, there are six scales, but exam point of view only three scales. We are going to see plane scale, diagonal scale, vernier scale, and after that we are going to see projection of point. We have to see projection of point for 11B. Okay. So we have seen six problems. Among the six problems, a question may be somewhat twisted. Okay. Why I'm giving the university questions and all? Okay, just you have to see that. Okay, university question bank I already shared with you. EG handbook also there are some so many questions. Just go through the questions. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, that's one thing. If you want to attend any question, you can refer university question. You can, if you have any doubt, you can ask later. So that is one thing. So 11A we have seen. We have completed 11A. Okay, 11B. Okay, I already told you scales or projection of point. Sometimes, okay, 11B itself 10 marks from scales, 10 marks from projection of point. Sometimes 20 marks from scale itself. Okay, so there are three types of scale. So plane scale, vernier scale, diagonal scale. There are three types of scale: plane scale, vernier scale, and diagonal scale. So my screen is visible, Ava. My PPT is visible. My PPT
Yes,
is visible.
sir.
Once again, I think we'll see some. Please join at least 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Because if you wait for 1 minute, 3 minutes for okay, every student, means just so remaining 44 students' time is wasted. So 44 into 1 minute time is wasted. I don't want to waste any students' time. Just once again, take attendance. What is scales? So just you have used some scales. You use some scales. So maybe 30 centimeter length or 1 feet length. You use some scales. Okay. Then, for geometry box, you are having scale. So like that, for different units, okay, I want to draw a drawing sheet. I want to draw a kilometer in a drawing sheet. I want to draw a kilometer in a drawing sheet. So you have to make a kilometer scale. So you're using a scale. So what is the scale you're using? What is the scale you're using? That is 1 feet. It is 1 feet. That is 30 centimeter. Uh, Gautam இருக்கீங்களா? Yes, Gautam. Yes, Gautam. இருக்கீங்களா? Yes, Gautam. Yes, Gautam. Absent. Keshav. இருக்கீங்களா? Keshav.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
இப்போ நம்ம ஸ்கேல் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம்ல, ஜாமெட்ரி பாக்ஸ் ஸ்கேல். ஓகே. அதுல
Yes,
என்ன
sir.
யூனிட் இருக்கு? What are the units are there? Geometry box, you're
Centimeter.
having some centimeter. One more side. One side
Inches,
centimeter.
sir.
One more side is
Inches.
inches. Okay. One side will have a centimeter. One more side is inches.
Inches.
So in a small scale, okay, just unmute. Okay, in a geometry box, what is the scale you're using? There are two units are represented. Just unmute. Okay, for centimeter, you are representing two units, centimeter and inches. So like that. So I want to represent a kilometer in a scale. Okay, I want to bring a small scale like that. I want to bring a scale. I want to bring a small scale like that. So one side kilometer, but one more side is some other unit. One more side is some other unit. But I want to bring a small scale. Why I'm doing the small scale is, for example, I want to draw some road map. I just want to draw some road map. Just want to draw some road map. So maybe for 50 kilometer. But I want to bring it in a drawing sheet. I want to bring it in a drawing sheet with reducing scale. So if you want to do that, Okay, we have to make some. Okay, so in the geometry box, what is the scale available is only for centimeter and inches. But I want to make a scale, similar scale. I want to make for kilometer. Okay, similar scale I want to make for kilometer, but with reduced diameter. With reduced diameter, why I have to reduce the diameter means I want to draw in a drawing sheet, maybe 50 kilometers or 60 kilometers. So I want to draw in a drawing sheet. So that is not possible. You just imagine 60 kilometers, 70 kilometers, or some big building. I want to draw in a drawing sheet. It's not at all possible. It's not at all possible. So you have to make some reducing scale. You have to make some reducing scale. Okay, like in the geometry box, what is the scale is that? That is for exact scale, full scale. But with reducing scale, you have to make some scale. You have to make some scale. So just imagine what is the scale you are having in the geometry box. Like that, same thing, but I'm going to make for some other unit, maybe for kilometer, so maybe for some meter, maybe for some hectometer, something like that. I'm going to make some small scale. Using that scale, so what you can do, you can draw something. You can draw. So from measurement of that scale, so you can draw something in a drawing shape, maybe for reducing scale or enlarging scale. So when the big building is there, so I want to draw in a drawing sheet. So that time we have to use the scales. Or sometimes I want to represent a distance. I want to represent a distance travel, maybe 50 kilometer, 60 kilometer, 70 kilometer. A car is traveling for 50 kilometer. So something like that. I want to represent a drawing sheet. So we cannot use so this scale, this scale. So we have to go for some different scales. That's what we are going to do. Sometimes the drawing size will be very big. That is okay. Sometimes the drawing size is very negligible. I already told you there are some system MEMS, micro electromechanical system. Just imagine a paddy size. There are some electric motors that is available. So this is very familiar in Japan. Okay, MEMS, micro electromechanical system. So there are, just imagine a small paddy. So that size we have some our wheat. So that much size there are some electric motor. So they'll send to your body. If there are some cancer cell, they'll bust it. Okay, what happened? That cancer cell will be busted. So there are a lot of research is going on in MEMS, micro electromechanical system. So just imagine in a paddy size electric motor, I want to draw in a drawing size, a drawing sheet. It's not at all possible. We have to go for enlarging scale. We have to go for enlarging scale. Okay. Just see the PPT. Just in my laptop screen. Scales is to measure any size of the object. Okay? To measure any size of maybe kilometer, maybe hectometer, maybe some acre. Just imagine there are some lands. There are some lands. I want to draw in a drawing sheet. You have to make some suitable scale for acres. Okay, just imagine when the size is very small, a micro electromechanical system. For that, I want to draw in a drawing sheet. We have to go for enlarging scale. When the size is big, we have to go for reducing scale. Okay, scales are measure any size of the object. So unit may be something different. Okay, whatever the scale you are having, there you can measure centimeter and inches. You can make a scale for hectometer and meter, and decimeter and meter. So something like that. Okay, you can make some suitable scale. So based on your requirement, based on data given in the problem. Okay, scales are to measure any size of the object. In most of the cases, the drawings are prepared either bigger size or smaller size compared to actual size. Sometimes, okay. So whatever we are drawing, okay, we go to any industry. So the practical application will be sometimes will be when the component size will be very big, that we have to draw in a enlarging scale. Okay, we have to draw enlarged scale. Sometimes the component will be very small, but we have to go for enlarging scale. Sometimes the component is big, we have to go for reducing scale. Okay, when the size is big, we have to go for reducing scale. When the size is small, we have to go for enlarging scale. Okay. So in most of the practical application, so we have to prepare the drawings maybe bigger or smaller than its original size. Compared to its original size, just imagine I want to draw a car. I just want to draw a car in a drawing sheet. The car size is somewhat big, but I want to draw in a drawing sheet. We have to go for reducing size. We have to go for reducing size. Okay, we have to go for either enlarging or reducing scale. So that depends on dimension. Okay, so what you have to do? It is necessary to draw them suitable scale as per the drawing sheet. So maybe the size may be 50 kilometer. The 50 kilometer I cannot be able to draw in a drawing sheet. We have to take a suitable scale. We have to take a suitable scale. Okay. It is necessary to draw them in a suitable scale as per the drawing sheet size. So if you go to industry, they're using A5, they're using A0 also. There are some industry they're using A0, but nowadays everything is softer. Okay, they're not at all using any A3 sheet. There are some rarely some industry. There are some when the industry is very small, so they are using some A3 sheet. But if you take most of the industry nowadays, they're using some softwares. Okay, any size, maybe A0, more than that also we can draw in a computer. We can draw in a computer. But if you want to draw in a suitable scale based on the drawing sheet, okay, I want to draw a kilometer in a drawing sheet, so we have to go for scales. I want to draw an acre in drawing sheet, we have to go for scales. So I want to draw some maybe some other unit, okay, maybe hectometer, or decimeter, or kilometer, or meter. Okay, if you want to do that, we have to go for scales. It's necessary to draw them suitable scale as per the drawing sheet dimension, as per the drawings. Whatever the drawing sheet dimension, so based on only you can draw. So I want to draw a car means only in the A3 sheet I can draw, or A2 or A1 or A0. Okay, so so one more thing, I'm just keep on saying that. So whatever the PPT, I'm just send it to you, just refer it. The next class, if you don't refer and if you come means it's very difficult to solve the problem. Okay, so so if you want to solve the problem in scale, so this is most important. A scale of drawing or representative fraction. Okay, the name is scale of drawing. So ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, we have to remember one thing, eccentricity. Okay, that is focus to vertex divided by directrix to vertex distance. Similarly, if you want to draw scales, either plane scale or vernier scale or diagonal scale, so we have to remember one thing, scale of drawing or representative fraction. So both are same. So the formula is drawing length of an element divided by actual length of the element. So what is the formula we have to remember? Scale of drawing or representative fraction is drawing length of an element divided by actual length of the element. So what is the maybe drawing length maybe 50 kilometer, but actual length actual length may be 50 kilometer, but drawing length may be, so you have to get RF should be less than 1. RF should be less than 1. RF should be less than 1. Yeah, drawing length may be 1 centimeter, but actual length may be 50 kilometer or 50 acre. Okay, something like that. Okay, so scale of drawing is drawing length of an element, divided by actual length of the element. Actual length may be 50 kilometer or 1 acre or 10 meter or 10 decimeter. So actual length will be something different. But drawing length, so it is a ratio between drawing length of an element divided by actual length of the element. So name for this, scale of drawing or representative fraction. So there are some more formulas also. Sometimes distance on the drawing divided by distance on the object. Okay. Representative fraction or representative factor or scale of drawing, everything is same. If without this, we cannot be able to solve problem in scales. You must we need this data, RF representative fraction factor or representative fraction or scale of drawing, everything is same. The formula is drawing length of the element divided by actual length of the element, or distance on the drawing sheet divided by distance on original object. Distance on original object. Distance on drawing sheet divided by distance on original object. There are some more formulas also is there. So dimension of drawing divided by dimension of the object. Length of the drawing divided by length of actual length. So denominator is original length. Denominator is original length. Denominator is original length. So numerator is length of the drawing or dimension of the drawing. Sometime it will be given an area. It will be given an area. So area, what is the unit? Meter square or mm square. So what is the formula we have to use? The representative fraction or representative factor. The formula is area of drawing. Square root of area of drawing divided by actual area. Square root of area of drawing divided by actual area. If it is given in terms of area, if the unit is given in mm square or meter square, so what we have to do? So we have to take square root of area of area of drawing divided by HL. So for example, you are getting area of drawing is 50. Actual area is 500. So 50 by 500. So that you have to take the square root. So that is your representative fraction. Okay. if the value is given in terms of area, so 50 mm square, 50 centimeter square, okay, square root of area of drawing divided by actual area. So the formula we have to substitute, we have to calculate representative factor. Then if the value is given in volume, if the value is given in if the value is given in terms of volume, so what we have to do, volume as per the drawing divided by actual volume. Okay, sometimes directly it will be given a dimension of the drawing divided by a dimension of the object, so it will be given, or length of the drawing divided by actual length, that will be given, or sometimes representative factor is 1 by 40, it will be directly given. So representative factor should be less than 1, so numerator should be less, denominator should be higher. This is fixed rule. It may be 5 by 40 or 1 by 40, 1 by 60. Any value will be given in the problem. Any value will be given. So what is the representative factor? Representative factor means so dimension of the drawing divided by dimension of the object, or length of the drawing by length of the object, actual length. If it is given an area, square root of area of the drawing divided by actual area. If the value is given in terms of volume. One university question, they asked in terms of volume. No student attended. No student attended because they don't know the formula. So what we have to do? Only difference. What we have to do? The volume given in terms of mm cube or meter cube. Okay. So numerator also meter cube, denominator also meter cube. That we have to divide. You have to take cubed root. You have to take cubed root. You have to take cubed root. You will get representative factor. That is only different. If it is given area, you have to take square root. So if it is given in terms of volume, you have to take cubed root. You have to take cubed root. So and length of scale. You have to remember one more formula. Length of scale. You have to remember two formula, RF, and length of scale is RF into maximum length to be measured. Okay, so length of scale is equal to representative factor. Problem, representative factor will be given, maximum length to be measured will be given. Representative factor will be given, maximum length to be measured will be given. If representative factor is not given, either distance of the drawing, distance of the object, or length of the drawing or actual length will be given. The ratio we have to take representative factor. So representative factor will be given, maximum length to be measured will be given. If that is not given, sometime mark a distance of 3.4 meter. That means the next value is 4 meter. You have to take maximum length is 4 meter. Sometimes in the problem it will be given maximum mark a distance on the scale is 3.4 meter. So if it is 3.4 meter, what is the next round value? You have to take 4 meter as a maximum length to be measured. Okay, we'll solve the problem. I'll explain much. Okay, so I'll repeat one more time. Representative factor is you should remember this formula, representative factor formula. So any in terms of dimension of drawing or dimension of the object or length or actual length, square root of area of drawing divided by actual area, or if the value is given in terms of volume, so cube root of volume of the drawing divided by actual volume. And one more formula you have to remember. If you don't know this formula, we cannot able to solve the problem in scales. The length of the scale is the representative factor into maximum length to be measured. Maximum length to be measured. Okay. So if the that will be given. If that is not given, sometime it will be given. In the scale, mark a distance of 3.4 meter. It will be given here. Drawing, mark a scale, mark a distance of 3.4 meter. See, if the value is given 3.4 meter, next round value is you can take 4 meter. The next value is maximum length to measure is you can take 4 meters. The scales classification. So this is size, either enlarging. I already told you when the size is very small. When the size is MIMS, micro electromechanical size, some nanoparticle size. There are some electric motors are there. There is MIMS. So I want to draw in a drawing sheet. We have to go for enlarging scale. So full scale, when the size is somewhat small, just imagine I want to draw a calculator or a cell phone or a mobile cover or mouse or some small pen, some geometry box. I want to draw in a drawing sheet. These are all possible. But when the size is small, we have to go for enlarging scale. When the size is okay, I already told you some example full scale. So you can draw a cell phone in the drawing sheet. You can draw a calculator. You can draw a geometry box. So you can draw a pen, something like that. So when the size is somewhat moderate size, so you can go for full scale. Whatever the original size, so that no need of scales here. If it is full scale, you can use the scale itself. You no need of going scales. So reducing. Okay, I already told you if there are some big buildings, I want to draw in a drawing sheet. Okay, there are some dams. I want to draw in a drawing sheet. Just imagine there's a robot, big robot. I want to draw in a drawing sheet. I want to draw in a drawing sheet. We have to go for reducing scale. We have to go for reducing scale. So there are 6 types, but exam point of view only first 3. Okay, I'm going to teach one problem in plain diagonal vernier, and I'll give some more assignment for you. But exam point of view, plain scale, vernier scale, diagonal scale is there, but comparative isometric scale of chords, so that is not in the syllabus. If it is a plain scale, so what you can do, you can with 2 decimal, maybe 3.4 meter, okay, 3.4 meter for dimension up to single decimal, maybe 3.34 meter or 34, something like that. Single decimal unit you can measure. If it is a diagonal, you can measure 2 decimal, maybe 15.26, something like that. You can measure. Vernier also you can measure 2 decimal. Vernier also you can measure 2 decimals. The plain scale, so we can use only for 2 units, but diagonal scale we can use 3 units. So vernier also you can use only 2 units. Okay, plain scale and vernier scale. Okay, in a geometry box scale, what are the units we can use? Centimeter and inches. Similarly, so plain scale and vernier scale we can use only 2 units. We can use only 2 units. But diagonal scale we can use 3 units. But diagonal scale we can use 3 units. Okay, so you have to remember this. So plain scale only single decimal. So fraction, so 15, something like that. If it is a diagonal, so 2 decimal, 15.26. Okay, plain means 15.6. That means single decimal. So diagonal means 15.26. 15.26. So after point, after point 2 decimal you can able to measure. If it is a vernier, so 15.36. That is after point you can measure 2 decimal. After point you can measure 2 decimal. Measure 2 decimal. This is vernier scale. So if it is a plain scale, you can mark 2 units. If it is a diagonal, you can mark 3 units. If it is a vernier, you can mark only 2 units. The comparative. So I want to compare 2 different units. Go for comparative scale. So isometric. So that is isometric scale, that we'll see some basic things in 5th unit. We'll see isometric projection. We'll see what is isometric scales. So that is for 3D. So 3-dimensional object you want to draw in your drawing sheet. We should know what is isometric scale. So that we'll see elaborately in 5th unit, isometric projection. The scale of chords. Okay, scale of chords. If you want to measure or construct some angles, you can go for scale of chords. I already told you. So 11B. So scale, plain scale, diagonal scale, vernier scale is important for exam point of view. Okay, plain scale, diagonal scale, vernier scale is important for exam point of view. Okay, so comparative isometric scale of chords. So no, there is not in the syllabus, but comparative if you want to measure 2 units. So isometric if you want to measure 3D. So okay, if you want to draw a 2D sheet, if you want to draw a 3-dimensional object, that is called isometric projection. So that case we'll use isometric scales. The scale of chords if you want to measure or construct some angles, so they'll use scale of chords. So plain, diagonal, vernier, everything is just imagine whatever the scale is available in the geometry box. Similarly, the plain, diagonal, vernier, just imagine there's a scale in the drawing geometry box. So like that we'll do something plain, diagonal, vernier. So this is a types of scale commonly used: plain scale, vernier scale, diagonal scale. The types of scale commonly used are plain scale, vernier scale, and diagonal scale. So we'll see one by one. So, and before that, plain scale, vernier scale, diagonal scale, we'll see what are the recommended scales. Recommended scale. This is a standard size. Sometimes we cannot apply this. Okay, this is the recommended scales. So enlargement, we can take 50:1. What is enlargement? When you go for enlargement, when the component size is big, but I want to draw in a drawing. Enlargement when the component size is small. When the component size is very small, you just imagine there are some Swiss type watches. So Swiss type watch. So in the watch, there are some gears when the size will be very small. Okay, so that I want to draw. So we have to go for enlargement scale. So 50:1 means what is the meaning is the actual size may be 1 mm, but we have to draw 50 mm in the drawing sheet. The actual size of the scale is but only 1 mm. Just imagine 1 mm or 2 mm. So recommended scale 50 means so 2 into 50. So whatever the original size into 50, you have to multiply that. If you draw in your drawing sheet, that is called enlargement scale. So 50:1 means okay, in the drawing sheet, if you measure, okay, when the original size of the component is 1 mm, so So 1 into 50, you have to multiply 50. So that you have to draw in a drawing sheet. That you have to draw in a drawing sheet. At the bottom of the drawing, we have to mention enlargement scale 50:1, like that you have to mention. So usually in the drawing sheet at the bottom, you have to mention scale 1:1. Usually in the exam, we'll follow scale 1:1. But when the size is big, you have to follow this. When the size is big, you have to go for reduction scale. When the size is small, we have to go for enlargement scale 50:1 or 20:1, 10:1. So 5:1, 2:1, sometimes 1 itself. But this and all standard recommended values. Sometimes we cannot apply this. Sometimes we have to apply 60:1. Sometimes we have to apply 100:1. Okay, that depends on size of the original component. Okay, that depends on original size of the component. We have to go for enlargement scale. If it is a nanoparticle, there are some size, there are some components. Okay, just imagine there are some nanoparticles. I want to draw in a drawing sheet. So that time we have to go for maybe 100:1 or 1000:1. That depends on size of the component. The full size is 1:1. So what we are doing is full size 1:1. It's a reduction scale. I already told you the component is very big. I want to draw a car in a drawing sheet. Dimension of the car, you have to go for reducing scale. I want to draw a building, a dam, or a robot or something like that. I want to draw a big component. I want to draw in a drawing sheet. You have to go for reducing scale or reduction scale. These are the standard sizes, recommended scales. So 1:2, 1:5. What is the meaning? That means if you measure here, okay, when the original size is 50, so if you use 1:2, 50/2, 25 mm, you have to draw in a drawing sheet. Okay, is it clear? Okay, if it is a reducing scale, means if you want to use 1:10, so when the original size is 1000 mm, so what you have to do? 1000 divided by 10. So that you have to draw in a drawing sheet. That you have to draw in a drawing sheet. If you follow 1:10, okay, whatever the value, original size divided by 10. Okay, if it is the enlargement scale, so whatever the value into, so enlargement scale means you have to multiply the value. So 50:1, you have to multiply with 50. If it is the reducing scale, whatever the original size of the object divided by this value. So 1:10 means you have to divide by 10. Every value you have to divide by 10. If you follow 100 means, so whatever the original size of value divided by 100 you have to do. So these are the standard recommended scales. You can follow 1:2, 1:5, 1:10, 1:20, 1:50, 1:100. So like that, 1:200, so 1:500, 1:1000, so 1:2000, 1:5000, as well as 1:10,000. Okay. Sometimes you cannot apply this. You have to apply our depends on. I already told you, everything depends on size of the component. Everything depends on size of the component. So you should remember this relationship between this unit. Otherwise, we can't even solve the problem. You have to mug up. You have to mug up. So yeah, you have to remember this. Okay. The next class, if we ask some question in 1 minute, you should remember this. Otherwise, we cannot even solve the problem. Okay. Then after this class, I'll share this PPT. You just just go through the PPT. Okay. If you want to take some notes, just take this notes. You should remember this unit. Otherwise, we cannot even solve the problem. 1 kilometer is 10 hectometer. 1 kilometer is 10 hectometer. A hectometer, we can use Sachem. So 1 hectometer is 10 decometer. 1 hectometer is 10 decometer. So decometer means we'll use a unit of DAM. We'll use a unit of DAM. 1 decometer is 10 meter. 1 decometer is 10 meter. 1 meter is notation is M. 10 decimeter. 1 meter is 10 decimeter. And 1 decimeter is short form of notation is DM, 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter. 1 centimeter is short form of notation is CM. We use 10 millimeter. So we are using in a scale. 1 centimeter is 10 mm. So 1 minute is 60 seconds. 1 minute is 60 seconds. 1 hour is 60 minutes. You know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. 1 kilometer is 1000 meter. 1 kilometer is 1000 meter. 1 yard. There are some unit. This is a British unit. Some questions asked like this also. 1 yard is 3 feet. 1 feet is 12 inches. 1 inches is 25.4 mm. If you just see the scale, one side you'll have a mm. There is centimeter. One more side you'll have a inches. So 1 inch is equal to 25.4 mm. You should remember this. Okay. The next class, if you want to take some notes or if you want to copy a note, just note on this. Okay. Without this, we cannot able to solve the problem. You should remember this. We'll just start with plane scale. Just start with plane scale. I already told you, if you want to measure 2 consecutive units, I already told you plane scale. If you want to measure 2 consecutive units, we can use a plane scale. So diagonal scale, if you want to measure 3 consecutive units, you can go for diagonal scale. So if it is a vernier scale also, we can measure 2 consecutive units. Single decimal, we can go for plane scale. Okay, after point 15.2. After point, how much fraction? So 15.2, that means only one. So 15.28, that is 2 decimal. After after point 2 decimal. So plane scale means you can measure 2 consecutive units, but single fraction. But diagonal scale, if you take diagonal scale, 3 consecutive units, but 2 decimal. But vernier scale, 2 consecutive units, but 2 decimal. Here also the outer remove the formula. Length of scale is representative factor. Any either plane scale, vernier scale, diagonal scale, you should remember the formula for representative factor and length of scale. Length of scale is RF into maximum length to be measured. Length of scale is RF into maximum length to be measured. So diagonal scale, if you take, I already told you what is diagonal scale. You can able to represent 3 consecutive units. So either meter, decimeter, centimeter. Okay, you can represent any 3 consecutive units. You should remember the relations also. So with the dimension of even 0.1 mm, that means 15.28 or 15.01 or 15.02, something like that. After point, you can measure 2 decimal. The dimension of 0.1 can all be measured. These are all diagonal scales used for to measure distance in maps. Why they are using diagonal scales? If you want to measure distance in maps. And vernier scale. So if you want to measure small units accurately, so you can use. In vernier scale, have you seen vernier? So there will be a main scale as well as vernier scale. So here also we'll have a main scale as well as vernier scale. So in everything we are going to do in a drawing sheet. If you follow vernier scale, it'll be we have to do 2 things. One is main scale or plane scale as well as vernier scale. We have to draw vernier scale also. If you want to measure small range of linear dimension, if you want to measure small range of linear dimension, then if you want to measure a diameter of the rod, so we can use vernier scale. In vernier scale, so there will be 2 units, 2 methodology. Okay, forward vernier and backward vernier. So that time I'll tell you. Okay, so if it is the forward vernier, we'll apply some different methodology. So backward vernier or retrograde vernier, we'll apply some different methodology. Okay, so that we'll see later. We'll solve the problem in vernier. So in vernier scale itself, so we'll take 9, one more we'll take 11 divisions. Okay, so if it is one particular vernier, forward or backward, one will take 9. One more thing will take 11 divisions. So there is some difference. Okay, 11 division for one will take. So 9 division will take. That is for forward and backward. Okay, that we'll see later elaborately. Okay, so you know what is least count? So one main scale reading minus one vernier scale reading. One vernier caliber, your I think +1, +2, you have done some experiments. The least count is one main scale reading minus one vernier scale reading. These are very basic things. We'll just start a problem. So based on plane scale, okay, just note on this. My screen is visible, na? See, Loba? My screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, just note on the problem. After that, you have to pin my my mobile. Okay, just note on the problem. So if it is a plane scale, the word will be the plane scale. If it is a vernier scale, the word will be the vernier scale. If it is a diagonal scale, so the word will be the diagonal scale. Okay, we'll just start a problem based on plane scale. So what I'm going to do, like scale, like just whatever the scale you are having, like that, I'm going to make a scale. Plane scale of representative factor is given. 1/40 to read meters and decimeter. In a geometry box scale, you are having centimeter and inches. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to make a scale to read meters and decimeters. And maximum length to be measured is given. 5 meters. Here it is given. Mark on your distance 3.4 meter. Problem it is given, mark on a distance of 3.4 meter, that is given in the problem. If a maximum length is not given, what is the distance I have to mark? 3.4 meter. So you can take maximum length is 4 meter. In the problem, if it is given, mark on a distance of 4.6 meter or 4.2 meter. What is the next standard size? 5 meter. Okay. So this problem, R of representative factor is given, maximum length to be measured is given, and one more data is given, mark on a distance of 3.4 meter. So 3 data is given. Okay. Representative factor or scale of drawing is given 1/40. To read meters and decimeters. To read meters and decimeter. To read meters and decimeter. To read meters and decimeters. To read meters and decimeters. Okay, you should remember relation between meter and decimeter. And the maximum length to measure is 5 meter. Maximum length to measure is 5 meter. Maximum length to measure is 5 meters. And mark on a distance of 3.4 meter. Mark on a distance of 3.4 meter. Okay, just pin my mobile screen. I think you are note on this problem. So what are data is given? Representative factor. Okay, representative factor is given 1/40. Representative factor is given 1/40. To read meters, you have to make a scale to read meters and decimeter. To read meters and decimeters. And maximum length is given. Maximum length is given 5 meters. I told you maximum length is not given. So based on the mark on a distance, you have to take. If maximum length is not given in the problem, but in the problem it is given mark on a distance of 4.1 meter. What is the next round value? 5 meter. You have to take 5 meter. So mark on a distance. A mark on a distance is given. Mark on a distance of 3.4 meter. Mark on a distance of 3.4 meter. Now pin my. Okay, just pin my mobile screen. Okay. So, okay. So what is the formula? You know, length of scale. What is the formula? A length of scale. Once again, I'll just make a boundary because sometimes if you draw, you're not able to visible. You can just make a boundary here. Okay. This is visible. Okay. So representative factor is given. Okay, representative factor is given 1/40. So here you have to make a scale for meters and decimeter. So maximum length is given 5 meter. So what is the formula for length of scale? So that is the formula for length of scale. What is the formula for length of scale? So length of scale formula is RF into maximum length. RF into maximum length. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, the length of scale formula is RF into maximum length to be measured. This is the formula you have to mark up. As well as representative factor also, I given some formula. You have to remember this. Otherwise, we cannot able to solve the problem. Plane scale or Bernoulli scale. Okay. So length of scale is given RF into maximum length. This is the formula. So RF is given 1/40. RF is given 1/40. The maximum length to be measured. What is the maximum length to be measured? 5 meters. Maximum length to be measured is 5 meters. 1/40 into 5 meter. Okay. But if you want to draw in a drawing sheet, if you need centimeter or meter, centimeter or mm. Okay, you have to okay in your drawing sheet. So what are you going to do? Whatever I'm doing using scale is what is the scale? The scale is either centimeter or mm. Only this is in centimeter. Okay, this is in centimeter. This is in centimeter. 10 centimeter means 100 mm. Okay, you can do. If you want to draw in a drawing sheet, you have to convert in centimeter or mm. So 1/40 into 5. So you know 1 meter is 100 centimeter. 1 meter is 100 centimeter. 1 meter is 100,000 mm. 1 meter is 100 centimeter. 1 meter is 1000 mm. Okay. So this is 5 meter. This is 5 meter. If you just multiply here 1000, it will be converted into mm. Just multiply with 1000, it will be converted into mm. So 1/40 into 5 into 1000, you will get 125 mm. So length of scale is 125 mm. That is 12.5 centimeter. Okay. Is it clear still now? So this is a formula we have to remember. So problem RF is given, representative factor is given 1 by 40. The maximum length to be given, maximum length to be measured is given on the problem 5 meter. So both data is given. So length of scale, the formula is RF into maximum length to be measured. So RF is 1 by 40, maximum length to be measured is 5 meter, and 1 meter is equal to 1000 mm. I'm just multiplying into 1000, you'll get in terms of mm, 125 mm. So that is 12.5. So 125 mm or 12.5 centimeter. 125 mm or 12.5 centimeter. You got some value. Okay. Then, so what we have to do? And we should remember one more thing. 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. Here, what is the two scale they want to make? Meter and decimeter. They want to make a scale for meter and decimeter. So 1 meter is 10 decimeter. 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. 1 meter is 10 decimeter. 1 meter is 10 decimeter. 1 meter is 10 decimeter. You have to make a scale for 1 meter and decimeter. You have to make a scale for meter and decimeter. Okay, so then what you have to do? So draw one line here, somewhere here. Draw one line here. I'm just drawing one line here. Draw one line here. So draw one line here. This, just locate a point here. Just locate a point here. Okay. The length should be 125 mm. This length should be 125 mm. After calculation, we got 12.5. That is 12.5 centimeter or 125 mm. Okay. So just locate a point here. Just locate a point here. Just locate a point here. Okay. Just locate a point here. So here.
Sir.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, camera கொஞ்சம் ரொம்ப கிட்ட இருக்க மாதிரி இருக்கு சார். மேல நோக்கி.
Camera?
Camera கொஞ்சம் கிட்ட இருக்கு சார்.
அப்படி இல்லனா ரெசல்யூஷன் கொஞ்சம் மேல ரைஸ் பண்ண அப்படினா உங்களுக்கு வந்து இதுலயே வரைஞ்சிரலாம். இந்த ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியுதுல?
எஸ் சார்.
இல்ல ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியுதா? மத்தவங்க நம்ம ஓட போடாத ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியுதா?
தெரியுது சார். தெரியுது சார்.
ஆக்சுவலா நான் லேப்டாப்ல நான் சைடுல வச்சு பார்த்து தான் போறேன். சரியா? நான் ஏதாவது ப்ராப்ளம்னா இல்ல just move it. Okay. Just looking in the laptop also. Okay. So what we have to do? Okay, draw one line with the length of 125 mm. You got some value 125 mm, that is 12.5 centimeter. So locate a point here. From here with the value of 12.5. Okay. So locate, draw one line here. You have to draw a line with the value of 125 mm, that is 12.5 centimeter. The scale width. Okay, what is the scale width? You are using a scale. What is the scale width? So maybe or 20 mm. So you can take any distance. Okay, you can take any distance, but I'm going to take 20 mm. I'm going to take 20 mm. So from here, 20 mm. Locate a point here. From here, 20 mm. So from here, 20 mm. Locate a point. From here, 20 mm. Locate a point. Draw a vertical line. So from here, 20 mm. So draw a vertical line. So you can take 10 mm also. You can take 30 mm also. There is nothing wrong. There is no fixed rule. So like whatever the scale, what is the width of the scale? Maybe 20 or 25. So you can take 20 or 10 or 15 or 30. There is no fixed rule. So it should be somewhat visible. It should be somewhat visible. Okay, this is a scale I'm going to make. Then connect this. So what I done here. So with the value of 125. So from here I draw one line here, horizontal line. So from here, this height may be any distance, maybe 10 mm or 20 mm or 30 mm or 40 mm or 50 mm. Okay, so don't go beyond 40, 50. So when you draw a scale, this is scale. Okay, it should be somewhat okay. It should be somewhat maybe 25 or 30. So you can go, you can take 20 or 30, 40. Just go beyond that. There is nothing wrong in that. If you take 40 mm, if you take 40 mm, just draw a line here. There's nothing wrong in that. There is nothing wrong in that. But I'm taking 20, 20. Then what we have to do? If you want, what is the maximum length to be measured is? Maximum length to be measured is 5. Maximum length to be measured is 5. So then what we have to do? This entire distance you have to divide it into 5 equal distance. This entire distance you have to divide it into 5 equal distance. I already told you. So here 125. So 125 by 5, you'll get 25. You can divide simply. Otherwise, you can follow one more method. If it is somewhat, if you're getting some values 13.66 something like that, what you can do? You have to draw a line here, inclined line. This line you have to divide into 5 equal parts. In the minute after, you have to connect this one and just fix it. After next point, just connect this same methodology what we followed in cycloid. Okay, same methodology we have to follow. Okay, so we already know. So how to divide a line into 5 equal parts is what we have to do. So draw an inclined line, maybe 30 degree or 35 degree or 40 degree, something like that. So this line you have to divide into 5 equal parts. If you want to divide this line into 5, you have to divide this line into 5. So what you have to do? Just wait one more time also. Then what you have to do? Okay, I'm just taking 10. I'm going to divide this into 2, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, like that. I'm just dividing this line into 5 equal parts. So what you have to do? In a minute after, you have to connect, you have to fix this, okay, you have to fix this and you have to connect, you have to tighten the minute after. Then you just move the minute after, it'll move parallelly. We just bring it here. Okay, from here, if you draw a line here, you'll get one more point. If you just move the minute after parallelly, you get one more point. I already shared one video based on how to use a minute after. Just go to the video, how to use a minute after several times, you'll be able to understand. You just connect this. Okay, if you just move the minute after, so it will be divided into 5 equal parts. It will be divided into 5 equal. Otherwise, you can follow same simple methodology. Okay, 125 by 5. Okay, based on maximum length we measure. You have to divide. So maximum length we measure is 5. So 125 by 5. So 125 by 5. So you have to divide this into 5 equal parts. That is 2.5, 5, 7.5, say 7.5, and 10. Okay, like that. Okay, you got 5 equal parts. Then what we have to do? This is most important. So this particular point you have to give 0. Here you have to give a name of 0. Here just give a name of 0. Here give a name of 0. This point you have to give a name of 0. Next point you have to give a name of 1, 2, 3. Just give a name of 4. Okay. This side, okay, after first point, okay, here you have to give a name of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just give a name of, here just give a name of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just give a name of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This side, just give one more name, 1. Just give one more name, 1. Okay. So this length is, what is the length of this? This length is, what is the length of this? You have to mark it here like this. So what is the length of this? You have to mark. The length is equal to 125. Length is 125. 125. I'm using, for visibility, I'm using pen. I already told you how to use only pencil. So this is 125 mm. You have to use 125 mm. You have to make arrow. This is 125. Then, so what you have to do? From each point, from 0, draw a vertical line. From 0, draw a vertical line. From 1, draw a vertical line. From 1, draw a vertical line. From 1, draw a vertical line. From 2, draw a vertical line. From 2, draw a vertical line. From 3, draw a vertical line. Already 4, there is a vertical line. So we already know 1 meter is equal to how much decimeter? You have to remember this. 1 meter is 10 decimeter. 1 meter is 10 decimeter. I already told you we have to remember this unit. That there are some proportions, standard proportion for each unit. Okay, you should remember all the proportion. Then only you can able to solve the problem. 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. So this is 1 meter. 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 But what I'm going to do? This I'm going to divide into 10 equal parts. This I'm going to take like in centimeter. So this is a centimeter scale. Okay, 1 centimeter is equal to how much mm? 10 mm. So what we are doing here is we are dividing into 10 equal parts. Okay, similarly, okay, so 1 centimeter is 10 mm. So what we are doing between here, we are just dividing into 10 equal parts. We're just dividing into 10 equal parts. Similarly, so this is 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. But this one, we know 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. We know the relation. Okay, in case 1 meter is equal to 5 decimeter means we have to divide into 5 equal parts. That's most important based on the unit. So 1 meter is 10 decimeter. That's why I'm going to divide this into 10 equal parts. So we already know there are some units, some different foot, something like that. So you'll have some different proportion. So based on this proportion only you have to divide. So that is a fixed rule. Here 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. If it is 1 meter is equal to 5 decimeter, we have to divide only this into 5 equal parts. Okay. Like this also, what we have done already, inclined line, that you can divide 10. So extension line, that also you can do, but I'm going to do simple methodology. So that is this. What is the gap of this? This is 25 mm. So 25 divided by 10. So I am taking 10. 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. I'm just dividing by 10. If it is 1 meter is equal to 5 decimeter, so 20 mm and 22.5. So like that, I'm going to divide this into 10 equal parts. I'm going to divide this into 10 equal parts. I'm going to divide this into 10 equal parts. Then from each point, so before that, somewhere in the middle, draw one horizontal line. Somewhere in the middle, draw a horizontal line. Draw a horizontal line here. Somewhere in the middle, draw one horizontal line. Then from each point of this, so draw a vertical line. From each point of this, draw a vertical line. From 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 each point, draw a vertical line. From this, draw a vertical line. From each point, draw a vertical line. From this, draw a vertical line. Okay. Usually take this horizontal line off of the scale. If you take 20, so from here 10 mm. If you take 30, 15 mm. If you take 40, at 20. So this horizontal line, this horizontal line, do it in the half of this width. This horizontal line, do it for the half of the width. Okay. So we are divided this into 10 units. For each point, I'm just drawing a vertical line.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
12, 12, 12, sir. Time is up, sir, already.
Okay, I'll complete. Very short time, I'll complete. Just wait for one more minute. Okay. 1 more minute, I'll just complete because I'm not able to come again this. I'll go for some other, okay? Just for a minute. Okay, once again, I'll take attendance also. So, still now, is there any doubt? So, what we have done? So, draw a horizontal line with the value of equal to length of scale 125 and make a box, maybe 20 or 30, make a box. And if you want to maximum length is 5, this we have to divide into 5. Maximum length is 10 means this we have to divide by 10. Maximum length is 20. Okay, this 125 divided by 20 you have to divide. So our problem maximum length is 5. So 125 by 5 we are divided into 5 equal parts. Okay, here just give 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here give 1. From this draw a vertical line, and draw somewhere in the middle, draw a horizontal line. Then divide this into 10 equal parts. Why I'm dividing 10 means the problem it is given one. There are 2 units given. So usually scale is centimeter and inches, but this problem it is given make a scale for meter and decimeter. You have to make a scale, construct a scale for meter and decimeter. So that's why 1 meter is 10 decimeter. So what I'm doing here, this okay, so each is 1 unit, 1 meter. Okay, the gap is 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. The gap is 1 meter. Okay, this I'm going to divide into 10 based on unit. 1 meter is 10 decimeter. I'm just dividing by 10. So 2.5, 2.5, you got some points. Then what you have to do? Here, you have to give some names here. This side, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that, we have to give some names here. You have to give some names. Okay. So what is this? The 1, 2, say each say 1, 2, like that. You have to give some names.
Sir, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
sir. Time is up, sir. 12:15, sir.
நான் என்னப்பா பண்ணலாம் இப்ப நான் இந்த ப்ராப்ளத்தை நான் யாரு சந்துருவா யாரு யஷ்வந்தா இல்ல உனக்கு வேணாம்னா நீ கிளம்பிடு. நான் ஆக்சுவலி நான் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா இப்ப என்னன்னா I would once again I'll take attendance. I have to complete in 1 minute. Okay, வந்து மறுபடியும் வந்து 40 minutes நான் வந்து மறுபடியும் கிளாஸ் எடுத்துட்டேன். Yeah, 1 minute. If you want to leave, just leave. Okay, once again I'll just complete. So problem is over, but only one thing is given. So problem is over, only one data is given. Mark on a distance of 3.4 meter. Mark on a distance of 3.4 meter. What we have to do? So 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter. So this one is 0.1 meter, 0.2 meter, 0.3 meter, 0.4 meters. Then what we have to do? So you have to draw a vertical line like this. So they asked to mark a distance of 3.4 meter. What we have to do? 1, 2, 3. So 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4. At 0.4, so draw a vertical line. At 0.4, draw a vertical line. So you have to give a arrow like this. mark on a distance of 3.4 meter. Mark on a distance of 3.4. If it is given mark on a distance of 3.2 meter, so you have to draw a vertical line here. We have to mention. If it is given mark on a distance of 3.1 meter, so you have to draw a line. If it is given mark on a distance of 3.9 meter, so 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter. So at 0.9, draw a vertical line. So draw a horizontal line, give a dimension line, and just say that this is 3.9 meter. That's all. Problem is over. Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Doubt. If you don't have doubt, you can leave.
Sir, scales irka sir in the test ku scales irka?
Test illa. Test we are just discussing with